What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Cato.
I'm Walter Boley.
And I'm Matt, aka whole family.
And this is the 60th. I'm going to drink the Nectar. Get everyone.
I'm the only one drinking healthy stuff.
Everyone, congratulations. Just want a quick shout out. Thank you to everyone who's watched, read, or listened to anything we've done. Means a lot. Thank you very much. I've had a blast doing this. So it's been really fun.
Friends and your friends' friends.
Yeah, it's been really fun. And also, I'm sick of fucking pointing and saying with the links because I've been doing that and then I have to like sit there and wait. So what's going to happen in this video, in this corner of your screen right here, the left side, is going to be the thing with all of our links you can copy and paste. And you can exit off if you want. It's just going to be there the whole video. If you want to exit off, you can. If you don't, whatever.
If you're on mobile, you're not even going to see it.
So if you're on... that was a good burp anyway. It sort of knocked me off balance. So if you're listening to the podcast from SoundCloud, you can email us at livethrugames@gmail.com. You can go on the blog at livethrugames.blogspot.com. You can find us on Twitter at livethrugames.
Or just go on our YouTube video and then comment on that.
Bam, there you go. You can find us on YouTube, youtube.com/livethrugames. If you're on the SoundCloud, you already know that it's soundcloud.com/live-through-games. And yeah, you already know. You can find me on Twitter at Catostrophic, Walt at RetLawYellow.
You can follow me home.
You can do that if you want. So,
I do.
Without further ado,
I knew he was gonna say.
we will go in to the news that you should know. And all this news is basically DICE 2016 news. This video is our reaction
now
to
we want to talk
DICE
about
2016.
DICE 2016.
Oh, shut the fuck up. With some other news sprinkled in there. So basically...
I know why Nick wants to talk about DICE 2016.
Oh, man.
He got a little bit of validation.
No, you see? I texted you before. I was like, I can't wait to watch Witcher win everything. And it was literally to the point where anytime they were nominated for something, I was like, God. And...
yeah, it won like best art direction.
Dude, it's fucking ridiculous. Ori and the Blind Forest, Fallout, and them just mopped like everything. But it was ridiculous because I don't know if any of you watched it or okay, but I just figured what the fuck I'll watch it. But someone has this screwed up with the mics because all you could fucking hear was just silverware, just the whole fucking video. And Pete Holmes, I don't know if you know him.
Yeah, he's the guy that does the X-Men videos. He
tried his best. No laughs, like, at all. I was like, dude, it was painful to
because
watch.
his YouTube skits are fucking hilarious.
Dude,
where like he does the X-Men videos, where like he fires the X-Men, like, or he's Batman in the Batman videos.
But I'll take
was it helicopter?
But I'll give him credit because
they real GTB.
They weren't laughing, but he was like taking it in stride, and I was like, all right, it's a good stand-up. But we'll go through the winners of the DICE 2016 awards, and we'll just talk about some news that came from it. Outstanding Achievement in Animation, Ori and the Blind Forest won. Should we only read the winners or
just the winners.
everything? All right.
Nominated.
Outstanding Achievement in Art Direction, Ori and the Blind Forest.
That's a Witcher award.
Outstanding Achievement in Character, Rise of the Tomb Raider, won for Lara Croft. Beat Geralt.
She's very good.
A lot of people are saying 4 of the 5 nominees, all female characters. So, that's cool. Outstanding Achievement in Original Music Composition, Ori and the Blind Forest. Like, or they're just fucking cleaning up. Outstanding Achievement in Sound Design, Star Wars Battlefront.
It does sound amazing.
It does.
Can't take that away from it.
Outstanding Achievement in Story, Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. I was like, here it comes.
Well, it's not like Fallout was going to win that one.
It was nominated. It was nominated.
Why?
It was crazy.
No, it's not like Phantom Pain was.
Well, yeah, that
Phantom
too.
Pain wasn't nominated at all for it.
I know, because Phantom Pain's stories was a joke.
What story?
Exactly.
Outstanding Technical Achievement, Witcher 3, Wild Hunt.
Bars.
What was that one?
Outstanding Technical Achievement.
Technically, they achieved something, so it got an award.
I know, so many question marks.
Technical achievement means like it was just
a technical
the
masterpiece.
way the game was put together was fucking
okay.
amazing. It was just like
everything about it.
So complicated and well done, you know, that kind of thing.
Action Game of the Year, Star Wars Battlefront. Someone needs to talk about what action game really is, because they had a lot of first-person shooters.
Who did they pick?
The nominees were Destiny: Taken King, Helldivers, Just Cause 3, Battlefront: Splatoon. They're like all shooters.
Where's Rise of the Tomb Raider?
I guess that's
an action
adventure.
movie.
That's classified as adventure game. Adventure game of the year, Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, you adventure a lot.
You do.
You do.
Family game of the year, Super Mario Maker.
Oh, it's not Witcher.
No. Yeah, banging the prostitutes was really for mom and dad.
Strumpets.
Great name.
Always go for the elf.
Yeah, she was my bottom bitch.
Fighting game of the year.
You weren't profiting off her, so how was your bottom bitch?
Only
Get your
3
shit right.
nominees.
You didn't open
For
that
that.
quest line where you could become a pimp? I'm just kidding. That didn't happen.
I know. I was like, no, there's not. I would have done it.
Okay, well,
Fighting game of the year, Mortal Kombat X. There's only 3 nominees. And
Guilty
we all
Gear
knew
XRD was not going to tell.
That wasn't even nominated.
Wow.
It was Metal Gear Solid, Mortal Kombat X, Dead or Alive 5, Last Round, Rising Thunder. That was it.
Yeah, okay.
Dead or
So,
Alive
yeah.
5, I thought didn't even get it released in
Not in the
America.
West. Not in the
I
West.
don't know. Racing game of the year, Forza 6. Role-playing massive multiplayer game of the year, Fallout 4 over Witcher.
Role-playing / MMO?
Yeah.
Okay, it was like, because...
Oh, you think there was an MMO out this year?
Sports game of the year, Rocket League. I was
Rocket
like,
League.
man, all the Madden and NBA guys are salty. They're like, we don't even have this anymore. Strategy simulation game of the year, Heroes of the Storm. Obviously.
Blizzard coming in hot.
Well, let's be real, though. People who play Madden and NBA 2K aren't probably watching this. Really.
No, this
Hard
was for the developers from the developers. So the DICE Sprite Award, it's like sprites.
So it's like everyone's game that they didn't really hate.
LeBron James?
But like,
No, yes. Rocket League.
Okay, so Rocket League was Sprite this year. It's like nobody hates it, but not everybody loves it.
Handheld game of the year, Helldivers. Vitas.
I could not believe Monster Hunter 4
That's not even nominated.
was not nominated.
The nominees
Persona
for
4
that-
Dancing All Night on there?
No, the nominees
which
were
is an abomination.
which was crazy. Earth Defense Force 2, Helldivers, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, and Yokai Watch. I could have sworn Yokai Watch would have won because that shit's like crazy in
And
Japan.
not in the West though. Like
Yeah.
Japan, it just took over, but not really here.
Helldivers is fun. Mobile game of the year, Fallout Shelter.
Again, Monster Hunter 4. Like, you serious?
Mobile?
It's like
Mobile.
cell-
Well, cell phone game.
But in the
handheld.
VGAs, they clarified the mobile was Monster
Yeah,
Hunter
I
4.
think this was only like phones.
God, we know Final Fantasy record.
Wait, so Her Story didn't beat Lara Croft Go?
Lara Croft Go didn't win.
Oh, I think
Her Story is, I don't think it's a phone game.
it
I think
is.
it's-
You
oh,
do it
you
on your
can?
iPhone
Oh,
right now.
didn't get nominated.
$5.
Fallout
Final
Shelter
Fantasy
won
record
that.
keeper is going to win next year.
It won't. Well, maybe. I don't know.
No, whatever Nintendo's phone app is going to win.
Outstanding achievement in online gameplay,
Witcher 3.
Rocket League
Oh.
over Halo and all of them. Outstanding
Halo hasn't even won
achievement.
anything.
Which is kind of ridiculous. It's a really good game.
Now the final 3.
I know this is the only reason you wanted to fucking
The
talk about it.
No, because this is like the biggest news where all the news came from. Outstanding achievement in game design, Witcher 3. And now the 2 awards that really matter. Outstanding achievement in game direction, Fallout 4. My boy
What
Todd
direction?
Howard.
What direction?
And game of the year, Fallout 4.
That's just a shame.
It felt so good to just.
It's not even your game.
I know, but it felt so
was mine.
good.
Woo!
It felt so good.
Not Metal Gear Solid 5?
No, I thought Fallout was going to win after I realized how trash. Well, Metal Gear's not trash. It's just no story.
They also inducted Satoru Iwata. I forgot what it was. Dang, I think it was like the Hall of Fame or something.
Yeah, posthumously into the Hall of Fame.
And Reggie gave an amazing speech again because that guy can do speeches. It was like, goddamn, next president.
He convinced the whole world that the Wii Fit board was a good idea, so
Reggie's
got skill.
So, overall thoughts of awards.
I mean, Goaty is just a shame.
I mean, I feel like I only named Fallout, Witcher, Rocket League, and Ori. I felt like that's all I said. So they just mopped
you said
up.
one other game. I remember. Can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now,
Star Wars.
oh yeah, Battlefront.
But I felt like that's
Which,
all
again,
I
is
said.
bullshit.
No, that won.
No, it's bullshit. I don't think it should have won Action Game of the Year.
Oh, Star Wars?
Yeah.
It did?
Yeah.
That was Action Game of the Year, Battlefront.
Yeah, no, come on.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
Actually, well, I'll save that for our Triforce. Never mind, keep going.
all worthy titles.
Ish, I guess. Yeah.
Don't be salty.
Can't even beat Fallout.
Walt, I'm jumping back in. I'm jumping back in. So anyway, moving on to more DICE news. Before the conference, they interviewed Todd Howard at a panel. The man blew my mind a little bit. Made me a little nervous. They might not be working on Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I heard
but
that.
I think they are. So, Bethesda is currently working on 3 new projects. Quote from Todd Howard, we actually have 3 longer-term projects that we're doing. Nothing in the studio plans to talk about them. They will talk about them at a future date. So, they're different than anything they've done before, while also being a Bethesda-style game. Kind of big and crazy, but in many ways different than anything we've done before. And they have an E3 press conference. Oh,
Who
God,
does?
Bethesda again. They're
not doing Elder Scrolls 6.
No. One of them is Elder Scrolls 6. I guarantee it. They're just not gonna. They're not gonna.
Bet that they'll just show Elder Scrolls 6.
I don't think they are
soon or something.
I think they're gonna do what they did with Fallout. They're not gonna say a single thing about it until the year.
Well, I don't think they're gonna do that until Fallout's they've used their expansions for Fallout.
Yeah.
Because you're not hearing about Fallout while Skyrim's stuff was coming out that I can't remember off the top of my head, but the name of it's DLC.
It's like a survival DLC thing, and there's another thing with fucking the shelters. I'm like,
Shelter.
My God, no.
Well, that also means they're going to have more content on Elder Scrolls on ESO. Actually,
I'm sure that is,
and I'm
yeah.
actually playing that now.
Well, they just added the Thieves Guild to it.
And they're gonna.
I told Andrew it was.
They're gonna fucking talk about the card game Elder Scrolls Legends. iOS.
Goaty.
They're smart. It's on iOS. They know.
Goaty. Just make it like Gwent.
I don't know. Make it like Hearthstone.
Gwent.
But
I don't know.
3 projects from Bethesda. One of them, I'm sure, is Elder Scrolls. But sadly, we probably won't hear anything about that for probably 4 years.
Game of the Year 2020 confirmed. Elder Scrolls 6.
Oh man, launch game for PS5, Xbox 2. Woo! But yes, Bethesda, I love it. But Kojima also won an award
that's right.
at the DICE. He finally got to just make his public appearance and everything. Got a standing ovation. That people wouldn't let him talk at all. It was
Too
nice.
busy
It was
banging
nice.
their silverware together.
And he had Gomorrah. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. And they had Gomorrah del Toro over there,
Guillermo
just
del
he's
Toro.
my.
Come on, say your name.
I can't say it right. I'm sorry. It's a crazy name. Made for making movies.
Side note: did you guys ever see that It's Always Sunny episode where it's like a zombie episode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? It was at the McPoyle's wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? Do you remember the old patriarch McPoyle, the guy with the long white hair?
Yeah,
that's Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, I guess he's just his friends with the Always Sunny cast. He was just in the most recent episode. Also, as the same character. Fly, my pet. I'm sorry.
So we have our next 3 news items are all about Kojima.
Okay.
So,
Man's a legend.
Kojima hopes to keep his new studio small. His new Kojima Productions. He says, quote, "In order to create something that is really of quality, you need technology. But more than technology, you need people. You need talented people. I'll create an environment where these people will develop their talents. By environment, I mean the physical location of the place, the facilities, the kind of workplace environment that is developed there."
Well, he's not going to have any short of applications.
Yeah. So basically, he wants to keep his team small and tighten it. And he also, we'll move right in. He also said he's interested in horror. And he has a displeasure for VR projects.
So no horror VR game from Kojima then.
He said VR pricing.
give him Silent
a very
Hill.
stupid discussion.
Silent Hills VR? I don't know if anybody wants that.
No, I'm saying give him Silent Hill. I'm sure he can do something with it.
If he wants to cough up the cash, he might be able to buy it from Konami.
Wait a minute. His displeasure. It says here that Hideo Kojima is interested in developing projects for VR.
Okay.
Potentially horror genre. I've been interested in VR for a long time now. VR came up over 20 years ago. What was described back then is finally coming to our everyday lives. So I'm very excited about that. a few years ago, I tried the development kits, and I'm very susceptible to 3D motion sickness, so I could not do it. And now, the latest technology I've been trying, it doesn't produce nearly as much motion sickness. I'm fine with it. A while ago, it was like, there's no way I can develop anything for this, but I'm going to spend every day puking. That's not worth it. But now, with the latest technology, I feel maybe more confident in developing something.
So that's how you know your game's a 10 if people are like willing to puke in order just to play your game.
It's like that South Park episode where they were reading that book and they were just throwing up.
Scrody McBooger balls.
It's just so confusing because it said displeasure.
Yeah, he's feeling displeasure with VR because
he also said
he also
that
wants to develop.
He admitted the technology still has some difficulties to iron out, particularly with the size and appearance of the headsets.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna probably look like an idiot. Not to mention,
God!
I wonder how many times, like for you, like if you're just playing VR and Blair tries to get your attention, you're just like you turn, you like you don't even.
Who said that?
You what?
Who said that? Show yourself.
Apparently,
see, that's it. Like if you're a family man, you don't want to fucking play VR like your kids. Like you look like a lunatic. Like
son, go to your room now.
I'm over here.
And he says, that,
"Oh God, Raptor!"
And he says that the discussion of too pricey is a stupid discussion to have because of all the possibilities it has. So, Kojima,
yeah, like making you vomit.
There you go. I can't wait for his new game. And
quick little sip.
Yes, I mean, the last piece of Kojima news from Kotaku. 5 things revealed about Hideo Kojima and his new game. Number 1. His new game is, quote, big and has lots of freedom. I want to do something that gives a lot of freedom and interactivity, like I did in the past. I want to make something that has a very strong, dramatic story.
Not Metal Gear Solid 5.
Sony is supporting us to make a very big game with its edgy and strong story that gives players a lot of freedom with new elements, and I don't know if that's possible. We'll see. He's also he also said that Sony is like with the smaller studio thing. He also that's number 4. Okay, never mind. We'll talk about that when we get there. Number 2, Kojima says he's keeping his word about game budgets. A lot of people say that I spend too much money and take too much time, but that's a misconception. My last project was late about 5 or 6 months, but I've always kept my word on timelines and budgets. Japanese creators are famous for being loose with schedules, and I think people put me in that category, but it's not a reality. In my case, I'm a director and a producer, so I have to stay aware of the production and the budget. Good job, Kojima. I like that. 3, his new game could expand into an anime. I want to make something that will have a big enough impact to become a series. This impact can lead to something outside of games, such as anime, manga, figures, something that is rich enough to expand.
He wants to make One Punch Man the game.
It's crazy, this rap group that I listen to now said Hatama. Or Saitama or something like that. I don't know.
Saitama.
I think they were talking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They didn't really say anything about that. So number 4, what I was trying to say. Sony isn't controlling Kojima. They are not controlling what I'm doing at all. That was part of the deal of the conditions of the deal, and Sony was very respectful towards me and what I do. In that regard, it's been very nice and very pleasant. So I'm sure after everything he went through with Konami, I'm sure he's very happy about this. Yeah. And finally, number 5, Kojima's kids totally hate his beard. I'm not lying about that.
What does that have to do with this game? Is this 5 facts
Nick's
about
upset.
No, it said about Kojima and his new game.
Okay.
I'm not used to it, so I think about shaving it every day. In becoming an independent and creating my own studio, I wanted to change something about my look. I've received a lot of positive comments from people outside of Japan about my beard, but inside Japan, beards have a bad image. My kids definitely don't like it. So, Kojima. I'll link you. I'll cut this part of the video out as well. I'll link you to this. You're an urban beardsman now. If you need products, go to beardbrand.com. I'm sure they ship to Japan. I'm sure they do. The beard looks good. Keep growing it. Don't fall into the trap.
Until your beard looks like you have semen in it.
You're
like
the man.
Nick does.
Mine doesn't look like that at all.
Whenever he had like his big beard, I'd see like this like white clear stuff all throughout his beard.
Oh. I'd never had white clear stuff.
You did.
The beard oil isn't white.
It really shouldn't be.
It's not.
It looked like semen.
Nick, people have spoken.
I don't know. I think that's just jealous that he can't grow a beard.
I'm pretty sure that's not the case.
No, you can't.
Nick, I had a 5 o'clock shadow at the age of 15.
I know, and Matt's like, I can't handle the beard itch. You know what happens with men who can't handle beard itch? They can't
No,
handle
Nick, it
being
was like
a man.
I was in a job that wouldn't allow me to have a beard like that.
Well, now you don't, so you can grow it out.
No, because I gotta go for job interviews.
Now I'm looking for jobs.
I had this long of a beard when I interviewed for my job. It was fine.
Okay, that's fine. You groom yours. I don't want to wear a beard. I don't like beards that much. I like scruff and that's it.
Says the thespian, which is an actor, but I'll just say thespian anyway. Anyway,
Thespian.
The second to last piece of news: Quantum Break has gone gold.
Comes out in April. It's pretty soon for it to go gold now.
Yeah. Creative director Sam Lake took to Twitter to announce it in the clutchest way. He made a video of himself like toasting the champagne glass. He had a giant bottle, like almost the size of his body, next to him. So it's pretty clutch. It's gold. Good job.
I'll tell you what, that game, man, it could be amazing. It really could be.
Yeah.
Like once I saw, like I think it was an IGN first, or maybe it was Game Informer, like their time with it and like the way the game plays and the story of it, I was like, man, that sounds fucking cool. Like,
yeah. I don't know. That game looks like an 8 game to me.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it could
the
be.
thing that could screw it up is that integration with the TV show. Because if the TV show sucks, then I don't want to watch it.
Right.
So I'll see what happens with that.
But I mean, they got Peter Baelish in it, so you know there's gonna be schemes.
Dude, that is fucking clutch.
There's gonna be schemes.
I love it.
Who's Peter Baelish?
Littlefinger from Game of Thrones.
Oh, clutch.
Yeah.
And they got Iceman.
He's the villain in the movie.
They got Iceman with the finger roll.
What the fuck?
Sorry, that's all I think about with Iceman is the basketball player Iceman with the finger roll. They got Iceman in it.
Okay.
Come on. So I said with the finger roll. Also, if you didn't notice my shirt, she likes the DDD.
It says she wants the DDD.
She wants the DDD, yes.
Now you just remind me of like those kids that thought they were cool when they said like, "Mom's like my shirt" or all that kind of stupid
like
stuff.
The shirt that said I keep my hose in line with the farmer, like messing with his like hose.
Or
when
it's
I was
like,
a young
I come
one.
to Philadelphia for the crack, and it shows a Liberty Bell with the crack in it.
That's cool. So, second to last piece of news. There has not been one game that I've like completely 180'd on more than this game. Pokken Tournament. Whenever I was saw the Tekken, I remember I said, I fucking hate Tekken. I don't like it at all.
Mm-hmm.
So with this,
then you saw
Pokken Tournament aims for more Pokemon, less Tekken. A fighting game that scales with your skills.
So are you going to have like the Tekken guys in there fighting?
No,
It's only Pokemon.
One, they don't want Shadow and YouTube problems. You didn't see it.
Dude.
Nick, you have the honor.
So...
Do they have gameplay of this
Yes.
yet?
Yes.
It's quite amazing.
Watch it.
Dude. Dark Mewtwo. I think it was Blaziken he was fighting.
Yeah, he was fighting Mega
Blaziken.
Yeah.
And he does his Ultra move.
Or whatever it's called.
And he flies into space, makes like a one-handed spirit bomb, and like nukes half the planet.
Yeah, seriously, like
Half
the whole
planet.
fucking top half.
And James said, yeah, but Pokemon only knock out people. I was like, no, they're dead.
No, that's
It's like, yeah, but Charizard used Fire Blast.
Dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
But that fighting, the actual mechanics of the game, it looks really good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Tekken.
Yeah. Even Arceus saw that and was like, dude, chill. Like,
Arceus saw him be like,
gods recognize gods.
I don't know about that. But, God. Man, that...
Technically, maybe Mewtwo can do it because he is man-made. And maybe man defeated God.
No.
Man created God.
But Arceus created everything.
It's true.
Yeah.
Did he though?
Yes.
I think we really need to go and look in the lore of
He
him.
created
Did he create
everything.
all?
Yeah, they
or
said
did
he's
he
God.
just create
He's
Pokemon?
not a Pokemon. And people are Pokemon anyway, so...
I don't know. He
He
seems pretty nice in my Master Ball.
Got him. If he broke out of the Master Ball, would you have accepted that he's God?
Yeah.
No!
It's like the Master Ball has as much chance as an Ultra Ball.
I mean, his song pretty much explains himself.
Yeah, it does. It is the most intimidating song. It's pretty funny, though. But before we jump in the news... Or, I mean, not the news. Before we jump into the questions that were commented, I thought it was really funny. I saw this, like, McGregor post. He was talking about, like, all his numbers. You know, everyone puts like, God bless after the end. He put, like, Connor bless. I was like, God damn it. He's so clutch. I can't wait. 2 weeks, everyone. Woo! Anyway.
Don't act like you're not excited to see the fight.
He's rooting for McGregor now because he's not fighting Frankie. So, anyway. On to the comments that you left on the blog. Thank you. Young King 1994. the man. Congrats, guys. What's your take on the DICE Awards? We answered that.
Yeah. Our take on the DICE Awards is that Game of the Year was a sham. I think we all agree. It should have been Witcher.
No.
So, I think we all agree that it should have been Witcher. And pretty much every award Witcher was nominated for should have won. And then it should have won probably best.
I'm actually shocked Bloodborne didn't win anything.
It was nominated for some stuff.
Yeah. Witcher should have won best sports game for the horse racing in it.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
No.
Or Gwent.
That's not a sport, it's a lifestyle.
Poker's a sport.
Let's not get into that. Nintendo fan asks, do you have any interests in Fire Emblem Fates? No.
Really? Because you were asking to like borrow my 3DS like in order to play Fire Emblem.
See,
they're just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, and then I saw it was like a tactical RPG.
Yes, it's what they all are.
There's only one RTS that I like. Civ 5.
Like this, it's like a chessboard kind of, right?
Yeah.
And like you move your guys along a grid and then whatever.
I don't know. Maybe it got great reviews. I mean,
the way the game was released is so weird because like you pay $20 for the first one, and then the only way to play the other two is like you have to buy them as expansions after you beat the first one.
Yeah, it's a money gimmick.
But
Nintendo really good at that.
They're not really expansions. They're all equally sized games.
Yeah, but they all have their little stories.
But they're all $20 a piece.
Can't you buy like a Bundaroo or something for it? I think there's like a big Bundaroo for it.
There probably is a Bundaroo.
I will always and forever say Bundaroo from now on.
South Park did do that.
I'm sorry. And I've said it since South Park has released
many times.
So.
There should be if there isn't.
Possibly. I'm interested. Probably not.
I'm
yeah,
not.
probably not. I have a Vita now, so I don't want to play it.
Yeah, it's just sheer the fact that I don't have a 3DS, I don't want it.
And I don't actually have a 3DS anymore anyway. My wife just plays Animal Crossing all day on it, so.
It's a clutch game.
What's yours is hers, and vice versa.
No, it's not mine.
It's only hers.
It's not mine.
She like rips the little like sticker you on the front off. It's like, put an Animal Crossing one on. It's like, alright, sounds good.
She pays bills in the game. There's like one reason I don't play video games is to not think about bills.
Tom Nook, that bastard. Anonymous.
Well, you're paying with bells. Does it really matter?
Yes.
It's currency that you have to pay to keep doing shit. It's bills.
Anonymous says, I sent you a level on the Facebook group for Mario Maker. Ready to lose.
Oh.
See, there's two comments here that I thought about what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
They both got no balls because they're both anonymous. So, anonymous. I'll beat your level. And I know you're one of those people on Facebook, so I'm just going to talk to everyone on that Facebook.
You're just going to call them all out.
You're all going down. I don't care if your levels are super expert.
Japanese.
I don't care. I won't play those. Screw that. But they're all not. They're none of that. So I bookmarked all your levels. They're all going down.
If you go on a spree, you got to say the game's on its knees.
I'll keep my tally. Right now I'm 1-0. I defeated your short puzzle Dominico, I think it was.
Is that the level you made me play?
Yeah, that was one of them that got sent in.
Oh, I beat your level too.
1-0.
Woo! I didn't play it because I don't like Mario.
Luke S. Do you guys like any sports games? Rocket League. I used to be a huge Madden fan.
WWE.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
sure, did you get the newest one that had like a huge roster in it?
Yeah.
You did?
I get it. I got it. I played. I'm actually proud of how much I played of it. I played quite a bit. The only thing I didn't do was I didn't play any online. And I used to wreck that game online, but now I think
you told me about your strategy online and how like you just body people with I don't remember who.
Well, it depends. If I used the Rock because he was always good at countering a certain particular body part, and then I also used my guy and I put it to where he did a specific body part, and that's how I win. And then I throw the sharpshooter on him if they're too good at tapping or getting out at two.
No Undertaker.
So, yeah. For sports games, I like Rocket League. I used to be huge into Madden. I dabbled NBA 2K.
Watch Nick lose in Madden. It's nice.
I know. I lost.
I used to.
I did.
I like the EA UFC games. I guess.
Yeah, those are fun.
Like the last one. I mean, I got it when it was like on sale for like $10, but it still was pretty fun. He earned that cover.
To buy it. He did.
But this new one coming out, I just saw an in-depth look at the career mode. It's not what you wished it would be, but it looks better than the last one.
Yeah.
So it still looks pretty cool. I doubt I'd buy it full.
I want Fantasy VII-esque story plot going into this.
I thought you were going to say Final Fantasy VII battle system going into the UFC
No.
game.
Oh, God.
I want like that story where my guy has some sort of
then his
amnesia
wife
where he
gets
believes that he's someone else and he's
Agrees
not.
with McGregor.
And then at the end, Conor McGregor gets the black materia and summons Meteor to destroy the world.
God,
You have to stop him before.
What if the game only allowed you to play as Conor McGregor?
That'd be amazing.
It's like, it's the deal I made with the
That's
UFC.
fine, it's-
I know these things.
So McGregor's new plan is he's just going to get every belt and leave. It's like, sounds like a good plan to me.
That heavyweight belt looks pretty nice.
So, Anonymous. Did I tell you about the thing that guy tweeted about this like cowboy versus cowboy fight coming
Yeah.
up? God, it was so good. Anyway, like there's two people with the nicknames Cowboy fighting.
Yeah.
And this guy tweeted, he's like, man, it's like two cowboys wrestling around. It's like, last time that happened, it was on a mountain. It's like, God damn it. But anyway, Anonymous. I thought about how I wanted to respond to
I think
this.
it's just funny.
It is. I want it. Anonymous says, I put a thumbs down on your episode 57 podcast.
That's it. No context or anything.
So, Anonymous,
So is he a troll?
Probably.
he did thumbs down
But
check.
we
We do have a
acknowledge-
thumbs down.
But
we acknowledge
acknowledge
everything.
every comment. Because this is America.
I was originally
I don't
going to
know where you're
say
going with
I
this.
match your thumbs down with two middle fingers up. But then I thought, you know what? I'm going to respond like this. You're entitled to your own opinion. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
You don't have to
Subscribe,
anymore. Thanks for the comment as well.
please. Subscribe, please.
Goodbye, Anonymous. No, again, no balls. Talking that ish. No name. At
No name.
least put a first.
Put your
name,
social
bro.
up next
Come
time.
on. Quinn
Tell us where you
Crane
live.
asks, thoughts on Street Fighter V? Me and
Oh.
Walt did a reaction video to the launch of this game. I will link it in that little eye thing.
Just get ready. Get ready because we go in. I especially go in. I kind of see red for a little bit. So,
So-
Just one of those.
don't have any children in the room when I'm talking.
You morph into Nick and say the F word like every other.
No, it was more
Sentence.
just anger. Kids shouldn't be exposed to that kind of anger.
Yeah, so Quinn Crane.
I thought it was very underwhelming with the content, and I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Gameplay, it's amazing. So, if you're listening to the SoundCloud version of this tomorrow, just look at our YouTube channel and there'll be the link right there at the bottom.
Saying it was underwhelming with the content is like saying Hostel was a little bloody.
I don't know.
It was a little bloody.
The final comment. Sarah. First female commenter, I think.
Or
If one
unless
of
the anonymous
wasn't,
says
yeah.
anonymous.
So, do you all miss old school video game magazines like Electronic Gaming or Nintendo Power?
I was never subscribed to him.
Neither was I.
Yeah, I never was.
No, I did have a subscription to Game Informer, but that's not old.
Right.
Funny you asked this because I literally just took out a bunch of like I went through the storage unit. I took out some of like my favorite EGMs to put in like a little box or something. I do, even though we basically have them on the web anytime we want now. So I do miss them a little bit.
I don't remember whose house it was, but I remember they always had like the newest gaming magazine in their bathroom. So I was like, okay, I'll just go to the bathroom. Was it yours?
Yeah,
So,
that's
I'd
when I
always-
had Game Informer.
I'd always go to the bathroom and be like, oh, cool, Mass Effect. Just like,
Because
It's great.
But, I mean,
Best reading material you can get.
everybody's got internet, it was the shit. Like, you get like a magazine that's like, oh, the newest scoop on, Mass Effect 3 or, 2 probably. Mass Effect 2 and stuff. Like, that's really cool. That's awesome. But now it's just a novelty thing, I think, if you still do it. I don't think it's...
I don't think anyone even has a paper. I think Game Informer might.
They do.
But yeah, I mean, I remember whenever my mom would be like, "Hey, I knew," I was excited, and it was good reading material for a while and all this stuff. But yeah, I don't really.
They
miss
used
it.
to come with like demos to games, though. Do you remember that? Like they used to come with like a disc that has like 20 minutes of gameplay on it or something. For certain.
I remember
games.
those.
So it was fun. So I miss the experience. I don't miss the content because I get it
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
on IGN. And
But that's just it. You're like
GameSpot.
spoiled now.
Yeah.
So like that.
I get it every day.
Spoiled. It was like.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
So before we jump into Triforce news, it is February 19th, and I want to give a quick because I know she watches it once in a while. I want to give my mom happy birthday shout out. Happy birthday, Mom. I know you watch sometimes. I'm sorry I curse so much.
Happy birthday, Mom.
I'm sorry I curse so much. I know you told me to stop, but I cannot. It's impossible. I've fallen too deep in the hole now. It's impossible.
He fell down the rabbit hole. And he
So for this episode, I really did try my best to not curse as much. It didn't work that much. I think I remember saying F words multiple times this episode. So I tried to hold it down a little bit.
He got them all out when we were in Panda. He was
don't bring that up.
I'm not going to bring that up, but he's telling quite a story. And he's F this, F that. And it was in the villages, so it was a bunch of 55-year-old people.
I see this picture. Oh, no!
So happy birthday. Thank you for everything. Thank you for getting me that Sega Genesis to keep James from going to Jared's house so much. Anyway, the Triforce of News. Who wants to start? Matt, you said you had something that you said you were going to save for the Triforce of News.
I have a little something now. I can't remember what I was wanting to talk about originally. But anyways, speaking of sheer lack of content, have you been seeing this as more of an occurrence now in video and gaming? And why do you think that's happening?
Me and Walt talked about it a little bit on the Street Fighter thing.
Not like the general thing of it, just Street Fighter, really. But.
Game developers now, for some reason, think that single player doesn't matter that much. Unless it's a single player driven game, they think it doesn't matter. You think of all the FPS multiplayer games, a lot of them don't have story, and if they do, it's weak. Street Fighter now, and yeah, people just don't think.
And here's the separation between like a Battlefront or a Titanfall from a Street Fighter. In a Street Fighter, the only way to really get better is to play somebody trying to hit you back, right? Like, you can play training mode and learn some bread and butters and whatever, but you still got to learn how to get hit and how to not get hit. Well, some people don't like to learn how to not get hit by getting their ass whooped by strangers. Some people would rather play the computer a little bit, get a little know-how on like how to block. Currently, right now, besides survival mode, Street Fighter V has no way of playing the computer.
No, they do. In training mode, you can just turn the dummy to attack and pick any level you want.
Okay, you can do that.
Yeah.
Which is...
Man, level 6.
But you can't do arcade mode and set the difficulty for it and beating Seth on the hardest difficulty in Street Fighter 4 was ridiculous.
So if you want a super challenge like that, just go to training mode, put that dummy up all
But you'll never beat him because it's training mode. You'll never get that.
I think you can set the health bars to not automatically recharge, so
but
you'll
even
know
if you
you won.
But even if but you won't get that like KO.
Yeah.
You won't get that. And I think what it is, there's a couple reasons. One, they get away with it. They do it because they get away with it. Battlefront, huge disappointment, sold super well. I'm trying to think of one that came out beforehand that did that also. Unity launched broken, but sold well for Assassin's Creed.
Well, look at another game. Like, it doesn't even have to be that it didn't have a single player. Look at Destiny, how it launched.
Yeah.
People think the content was a lack. There was a sheer lack. One raid that you didn't even come out and launch, I don't even believe. And that raid, how long it took until they finally came out with another raid. And it's just like, there's a lot of games that I feel like just think they can get away with this sheer lack of content. Freak, even a Naruto game. They made, I know you guys don't really care, but they made the whole Ninja Storms series. They made one where all it was like this stupid adventure mode that pertained to nothing of the story. It was just you go and do some stupid stuff to do a dumb tournament that was a terrible idea to begin with. And it's just like you're seeing it more and more and more. And also, I mean, sometimes now even campaigns, if they do, I feel like they just throw in a quick 5-hour campaign just to satisfy and say we have it.
You're right. And they're doing that, and part of it is they get away with it. Especially with your big AAA titles that just like, as soon as the game's announced, pre-orders flood in. Like, you know what's going to happen. So that's going to happen too. It's more expensive to make games, but they're still costing $60. So at that point, you have to...
Games are cheaper now than
you can't do more with less. It's not actually possible. So it's something has to give, but I don't believe that's the case with EA because EA could have afforded to put a single player in Battlefront and could have afforded to have more than 11 fucking guns.
Yeah, but it's like then you can look. I think that's kind of bogus. I think it's a matter of how much time you want to put in and how much you invest into it. I mean, the people who made Witcher, I don't think CD Projekt Red are pretty small, but they've gone bigger. They've gotten bigger. But even think about when they made Witcher 1 or any of their other games before that. They've always put in a whole lot of content with a low budget.
The other thing I think, especially with Destiny, developers overpromise what their game's going to be. Well, Destiny was the biggest thing.
They said
brand
story, guns,
all
crazy
this stuff.
Story.
And the thing is that Bungie and Activision, not like they don't got that money.
Activision?
Yeah, so and they said, I think that is the highest grossing game that they've, the biggest amount of money that's put into a game was Destiny.
$500 million.
And they got their profit. I mean, people still play Destiny, and that's the funny thing of it. Are we just, because we're the hardcore gamers, are the only ones that really care, or is there actual, like, the people who play that game and the sheer millions of people who still playing Destiny will buy every expansion and like whatever else they bring out will still play it, but they don't care.
No, it's a combination of a lot of factors that, like, it could just be like. Also, if you'll notice, whenever a game's release is tied to something outside of gaming, Star Wars Battlefront tied to the release of Episode 7. Nick theorizes that Street Fighter V was released early to make it in time for Capcom Cup at the end of this month. Possible, not.
That's what a lot of people think.
Maybe.
So not to go too far into mind, and we kind of can brush this up.
Right.
I get the gist of what you're saying. My part 2 of the question is, and I'll ask you too, what is considered a full content game? What do you expect you get your bang for your buck? If you can't think of something, give me an example of a game that gave you your bang for your buck.
I have a perfect example of that. If you're just be upfront and honest what your game's going to be in the first place, and you can competitively price your game now. Prime example, The Witness. $40. That game's content is worth $40. $60? Maybe, maybe not. People were freaking out about that price. Like, you can make your game any price you want. You don't have to release it at $60. But so that's the thing. Just be honest and upfront. Don't promise things you're not going to. And if you're like with Destiny and Street Fighter, if they were upfront and said, "Hey, this is what's going to come with the game for now. You all know the campaign's coming next month."
But here's the thing.
It
is not smart marketing to tell your customer what your product doesn't have.
I know, but prime example, if people were upfront and honest about what their stuff was going to be, then buyer beware. That's your choice.
And then their sales would fall, so they have zero incentive.
Because you know what? I can guarantee you there are a lot of people who are just fine with their $60 purchase of Street Fighter V. Just fine with it. I guarantee you. Because they're like, I was only... Just like with the Titanfall people. I was only going to play online.
The only thing I've always felt about sequels to games is you can never have less than what you had in your previous.
I absolutely fucking agree.
You either go more or you go the same.
Yeah.
Especially with fighting games, yeah, maybe. But, I mean, look at what Mortal Kombat 10 did. Did they go less? No, they put more.
They launched with 25 characters, each with 3 variations, so like 75 fucking characters came out in that game.
Yeah, and then also still had DLC packs for people. And I know that they're coming out with Gaio and all that stuff.
The towers modes, living, traditional towers, daily towers, hourly, weekly towers.
Oh yeah, and they really got the online down pat with like ideas.
Every holiday
King
they have a holiday tower
stuff
for it, where like it's a Christmas themed tower where like Santa Claus shoots you off screen or something like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I mean,
like, and for me, like a complete game is.
It's what you promise.
It's what you promise, and that's a good way to
I guess it depends on the genre, really.
Yeah, it depends on the genre. Like
for an FPS, what do you expect out of an FPS?
For an FPS, I expect options. That's what I expect is options, and that's what Titanfall didn't give was enough options, and I don't think that's why people played it enough, because there wasn't that much to unlock in Titanfall. What'd you get? You got assault rifle, submachine gun, shotgun, sniper, and 2 pistols. And then 3 different types of Titans, which you could get both by being the story mode. So after that, what was there to...
Don't say story mode.
What was there to do? Like, that's not the part that... But the story mode didn't bother me about Titanfall. They told you straight up, this is an all-online story.
See, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And I knew I wasn't going to get one. It was fine.
This is an all-online story. They didn't pretend it was going to be the next, fucking Halo or anything in the story mode. So, they told you what it was.
Yeah.
And... So that's what Titanfall gameplay was fucking awesome. Like if Titanfall had been buffered by better
I'm pretty pumped for Titanfall 2.
Yeah, they could.
They know.
So in FPS, just look at. I know everybody hates it, but look at Call of Duty, man.
Yeah.
There are so many fucking game modes, so many guns,
and a great story mode.
Camos, a fun story mode. I'm not great, but it's fun at least.
A lot of times, and zombies. A lot of the time.
Zombies, which is enough to justify like its own fucking game almost at this point, because now
$20.
Well,
I'll say that.
Honestly, with what the maps they have and the shit you have to do and the strategy involved in zombies, I mean, I get not everybody has Call of Duty money, but that's a complete package game. It's like, what do you want to do? It's like, I want to play online, but I don't want to be too serious about it. Let's play gun game.
You know what's...
But it's like crazy because, I mean, then you look at games like League of Legends, where it's like some people to them, they think, this is a fun game. I'm not going to throw any money in it. But then there's those hardcore people who are like, I love this game and I want to pay for it.
And that is a situation like Rocket League where the core gameplay itself is just so engrossing to a certain amount of people that they don't need too much else. Because Rocket League, yeah, they added some customization stuff, but all you got is that same level with different backgrounds, with the same level, goal here, 3v3.
Speaking of Rocket League as well.
And it was $20.
There were some people complaining that Xbox One Rocket League's $20. I saw. Dude, that game's worth $20.
Yeah,
Stop. That game's worth $30, $40.
But League of Legends is free to play.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you want, it's like, this game is really fun. The core gameplay's really hooked me. I'd like to try some new characters.
And another game that's great FPS that is a perfect example of being honest and upfront, Wolfenstein. They came out and said, this is a single-player first-person shooter game.
Yeah, with a surprisingly good story, by the way.
Yeah, so it's good and great gameplay.
Yeah, it's really
so there you go.
Gameplay.
That's upfront. So I guess my topic, because there's a little game that I am going to buy.
Symphony of the Night.
Yes, but no. Castlevania Symphony of the Night, PS1 game. But is there a game this year that you didn't think at all about, and then when you heard a little thing about it, you were like, I gotta buy it? My game, Lego Star Wars Episode 7. I have to buy it. Just from one thing. I know the Lego Star Wars games are good. They're like, oh, they're going to be like some story branching things. Like they're going to explain like how C-3PO had his red arm and stuff. I'm like, I gotta know. I have to know. So, I have to know.
You know what it is he beat Chewbacca in that chess game. So Chewbacca ripped his arm off. Like Han said he would. Remember?
Yes.
It's if you lose, he'll rip your arm off. So C-3PO beat him and he lost his arm.
I fucking want that game. Sorry. I cursed.
No, the Lego games are always funny. Like, I was playing Lego Marvel Heroes or whatever because you bought it one time. Yeah. And my son likes watching me play it. But, like, I'm playing it and, like, you just see Iron Man and Hulk playing rock, paper, scissors. But because their hands are all shaped like this, they're just like, they just keep trying to do rock, paper, scissors. It's just funny. Like, they're funny games. Every single one of them.
I can't wait.
I mean, as far as me, like, game that, like, I heard about, just like, and then it's like, I gotta buy it. Maybe The Witness.
Yeah.
Doom? Oh, no, I might have to give it to Doom. I'm not sure if I'm 100% day one on Doom, but...
You're day one.
I went from, like, mild interest to, like, super intense interest.
Whoa.
Barring just, like, shit reviews.
Whoa.
I mean, like, once I saw the fucking YOLO of just, like, fighting inside a Titan skull. Like,
because they finally gave us what we wanted. We wanted retro Doom with a whole advanced skin. All we want to do is run through levels and kill millions.
I just want to put a chainsaw on a demon, and I don't know why you're trying to make that shit hard.
I honestly can't think of a game. Like, if I were to say a game that I was really interested in, I'm mad I haven't bought yet, but because of how I'm kind of trying to be safe with money, otherwise I probably would have blown my money on it. Well, actually, I'll say it now. I'll say it's Elder Scrolls Online. Mm-hmm. It was just, it's been out for a while, but I've always was kind of interested in it, and then my buddy told me about it. I watched him play a little bit. I was like, you know what? I've always said I was gonna give this one eventually a try, and I am the MMO guy per se. I always will give these MMOs an honest try, and I mean it's fun. It's not. I don't put that many hours into it though, but it's what it is. It's what it is. It's definitely Elder Scrolls. I'm really shocked you two don't like it.
I just don't like MMOs. Even if you throw an Elder Scrolls skin on.
Exactly, that's what I said.
But that's the funny thing to me is like I feel more elements of Elder Scrolls, and I've yet to like have really any elements.
My
of
only
MMOs.
experience with the game is watching Andrew play it, and from what I saw him play it, like just what I watched him play, which was like a raid, I think, or an Elder Scrolls raid, whatever they call them, and it was like this is WoW. Like I'm looking at WoW right now, but with an Elder Scrolls skin.
That's the thing. Like
But now outside of that, there's like single player elements in it, like while you're doing that, which is cool. But the stuff you're supposed to do to be good at the game is MMO stuff, and I just don't want to do that.
When I saw that DLC trailer, I was like, God, this is so amazing. I was like, but I'm not going to like it.
To each his own.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think it was... it's definitely captured me in the sense of I've gotten that Elder Scrolls itch. Yeah, there's minor things. Like, I do hate that I can't search for anything and just find a randomly awesome weapon out of nowhere. But it's like, it's even the stupid small stuff that always in every Elder Scroll, like the fact that you can still go and steal shit. And it's like the fact they still put lock picking in there. And like just stupid stuff in there, and the fact they like I just did like one of the mages quests where you mess with the Mad King or the Sharagorath. Yeah, I'm like effing with him right now in the Mages
really
Guild.
shouldn't F with him.
And he's of course as crazy as he was in all the other games, so but it's cool.
Daedric, Prince of Chaos.
Something like that.
Man.
Or Madness.
I think it's Madness.
Yeah. But he had a Chaos realm in
Yes.
I remember Duskfall.
Maybe. Remember in Oblivion in the DLC if you like hit him, he
yeah,
just like teleports
enjoy
you
the
up.
fall. Like he just like zapped you and you just appeared like 50,000
You know
feet
how
above the ground. And just
clutch
fell all the way
you
to
would
the
be
ground.
though if you were like Buddha Spring Jack.
Because
But
the
if
Boots
it
of
did,
Spring Jack barely let you survive the fall from the Imperial Tower.
but if it did,
This was way higher than that.
but if it did, it'd be like
He would walk back and be like,
Then he'd do it again when
no,
you're
that's
still
actually
not
if
hurt.
you mod the game and like you make yourself survive the fall. If you walk back, he just attacks you, does it again, and you can't stop him. You can't hit him or kill him or make him unconscious or anything.
There's not a mod that can make you just one shot anyone.
There is, but he doesn't have health.
Oh,
Like he's God. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
in his realm, he's God. Like,
I'm sure there's a mod that lets you kill him.
probably. I'm not gonna say no, but you're done with the story if you do.
so. Do you have a topic or no?
No, I'm good. I think we talked.
Okay.
We talked plenty.
So, before we go, I figured I'll just make the announcement on this as well. Me and Matt are starting a PlayStation Vita podcast called PS Life Equals Vita.
It's probably going to be a pretty short.
It's going to be
podcast.
weekly. Yes, it is. Expect 15 to 30 minutes.
He means like we're not gonna make many episodes.
Yeah, you're going to run out of shit to talk about fast.
No, we won't, because there's other things to talk about other than news. And I figured we'll film it sometime this week, like this weekend or something, because why not? It's the 4th birthday. The Vita coming up, so look for that. So, everyone, thank you for watching episode 60 of Podcast Reloaded. Later, keep gaming.
Keep
Gaming.